Welcome to this live. My name is Narkisho, and I help nonfiction authors and professionals to turn their books into engaging apps that interact with their users beyond the book. So most of the authors that write books mostly end up in the shelves or on Amazon, and nothing else happens after that. So you don't know even your book buyers sometimes, especially if you're selling on Amazon, you don't even know who your book buyers are. You don't even have a website to follow it up. But today we want to show you some of the books that we have turned into apps and continues to engage with the book readers, and the authors can sell even other services that they are offering, whether it's coaching, whether it's other programs that they have, whether it's other tools that they use. They want to sell those tools using their book, whether they build authority to build this into other services. So we need to go beyond the book. And what we want to show you today in this live is what you can do beyond the book. You don't have to end at the book. So here are some of the apps that we've built that we are used. Let me share my screen to show you some of these apps that we have built, just to show you that we're not speaking about it, but we are doing it in real life with real books and real people. So let me start with the first book that I want to show you. This is live on Amazon. It's called Ready for Marriage. So this is a book, Ready for Marriage, Assessing Finances, Maturity, and Life Mission Before Saying I Do. This is just a book like any other book on Amazon, but we went beyond the book after it proved that it was making sales. After we had made 100 sales plus, we decided to turn this into an app so that we continue to engage with our users. So how do we do that? Come to the app itself. So what we do in the app here now is to implement most of the things that people read in the book so that they can be able to engage with this beyond this. Let me just show you what it does. So this app will have, the book is having 23 comprehensive chapters. So we analyze each of those chapters. There's a practice, there's a tool that you have there for each chapter. There are questions that you answer on each particular chapter. I will show you that when you get there. It's also AI-powered coaching. That means we have turned the knowledge in this book, fed it into an AI, and then now users can be able to ask questions in the book about the book, on anything on the book using that AI. You'll see how that does happen. We also have interactive quizzes for each chapter. We have quizzes on each chapter that if you have read the book to help you more understand the book, then you'll be able to answer those questions. Progress tracking, or if you're reading the book, we prefer that you have a companion, you use this companion app for the book, and then it tracks your progress after you've covered every chapter and most of the tools there. The biblical foundation, expert content. So let's log in and see how it does. This is already live. So if you want to access it, you can see the address there. It's live already. So let me sign in. I have tackled all the chapters in the books to test everything that it works. This is my book, by the way. So this is how I turned it into an app. So this is the dashboard for the app. It's a web app. 23 chapters completed. Overall progress is 100%. That means I've done almost everything. So let's see what it has. It has the chapter guidelines, for example. Let's click on chapter 1. So if you go to chapter 1, it gives you a summary of chapter 1. Then it also gives you an audio summary of the chapter. Let me just play it so that you can see what's happening.
Welcome to the audio summary of chapter 1, Examining Your Motivations, Getting Married for Godly Reasons. Chapter 1 calls for deep introspection about motivations for marriage, emphasizing that godly reasons must drive the decision rather than selfish desires, societal expectations, or emotional needs that should be met through relationship with God. Here are the main takeaways from this chapter. 1. Marriage should be pursued for godly reasons, not selfish desires or societal pressure. 2. Examine your heart motivations. Are you seeking to glorify God or fulfill personal needs? 3. Avoid marrying up.
So this is an audio summary of the book. We have all the text summary, the verse for that particular chapter, that the main chapter verse for that chapter. We have an audio summary. Then you can put a reflection in this chapter, reflect on the key insights from this chapter and how they apply to your journey toward marriage readiness. You see, when we buy a book, we intend it to shape our action. We need to learn something from it. So this helps you to implement this. So in this chapter, for example, there's a reflection exercise which one has to type. You see, you can type this and record that exercise, and then it is stored for you as a user. Every user has its own unique logging into this app, and just like any other app, it can do this. So imagine you've read a book, you come here to this app and get the summary of the book in both text and audio, and then you reflect on the exercise specifically for this chapter, and then you complete the exercise. So when you complete the exercise, it's recorded in your progress. So that means you have to take action to show the progress that you're doing in the book. So that is, and then at the end of the chapter, there are questions to be answered. And before you move to the next chapter, you must get at least 70% pass mark of the book. So that means you must have studied that book to be able to answer the questions in this chapter, or you have to be knowledgeable in terms of what they're talking about. Let me just go through an example of this quiz. I will not go through the rest of that. Let me just start this quiz. So this is based on the book itself. So this is chapter 1. What's the primary purpose of examining your motivations for marriage? I'll just click at random. I'll just click at random to see so that I don't waste time. If you want to do this, you can go to app.readyformarriage.shop and you can just get these questions. Okay, so this is done. Right? I was clicking randomly, that's why I got most of the answers wrong. So that means you cannot move to the next chapter before finishing this. So you have to retake the quiz. If you had not done this before, but for me, I had done this, I had completed this, so it's possible to move to the next chapter. So what happens? We have made it such a way that for the first chapter, we are giving it to the readers for free. So before you cannot move to the next chapter if you're not a paid customer. Let me just log out and try to sign in. Let me just sign out and then I sign in. I sign up. Let's say a new person is signing up. So this is live. You can sign up. Tom Smith at gmail.com. Then passwords. Okay. Okay. Right. So that's a new user signing up. Let me hope this is live. I hope it won't mess me up. Yes, it has worked. So let me just save this for now. Let me just save that. So you see, this is a new user. He has just subscribed to the app. And then let's see, let's see they start chapter 1. It's the same thing. Since he has not been using this, you can
Welcome to the audio
they
summary
can
of
read
chapter 1.
the same audio
Examining
summary.
your motivations. Getting married for godly.
Okay, the audio is top quality, so that means if you are including audio, it's a high quality sound, but with a lot of clarity. They can do these same things. Let me just complete the exercise and start the quiz. I want to be a little bit serious with this so that I'd be able to move to the next next chapter. What's the primary purpose of examining your motivations for marriage? To ensure you have it for godly reasons. Which of the following is a godly motivation for marriage according to the chapter? I've read the book, so I've written the book, so I should know the answer. Escaping loneliness, social expectations, fear of being alone, desire to serve, and love sacrificially. Okay, so what is listed as warning sign of wrong motivation for marriage? Wanting to serve someone, desiring compare or desperation. Okay, so according to the chapter, before seeking marriage, you should Find someone quickly, ignore your feelings, follow. Okay. Which Bible verse is referenced in this chapter? Genesis chapter. Okay. So that means you must have read this chapter to be able to understand this. This means when you are reading that chapter, you read it in a way, and it is time. So I hope I'll still meet the time. So it means to be able to answer these questions, you must have read this chapter, and this makes you read it. Okay. Which motivation reflects spiritual maturity according to the chapter? Writing someone, needing validation, avoiding singleness, deciding. Okay. The chapter said that marriage should complement, not complete you. Okay. Which is listed as a warning sign of wrong motivation. Desire for partnership, wanting to build a family. Okay. A healthy approach to marriage preparation involves patience, self and growth, brushing. Okay, I think that one is there. According to the chapter, godly motivations for marriage include social pressure, fear of being alone forever, need for friendliness. Okay, so I hope I've gotten it right. Okay, so that means this is of course I'm the author of the book. I've gotten 100% of it. So now let's see what happened. What happens here? Let's say I've now finished. I'm a new user who's just signed up. The way we have set this up. Then I click on chapter 2. Let's wait. Will chapter 2 come? No, it won't come because for this particular app, we have only allowed them to do chapter 1 to have full access to the details of chapter 1. But for them to be able to go to chapter 2, they have to upgrade. And they can upgrade here. So you get the two options for upgrading. This is now the app for the book. You either decide for the $19 per month. We already have 500 users for this who have enrolled for this book. That's in the last 1 month for this app. It's just started, so you can imagine. But you've sold like 1,500 for this for the copies of the book. So that means you have a subscription model for this book. So when you subscribe, what you're able to get is the AI companion, and you can be able to access all the other chapters. And this is something that one can easily, most of those who subscribe, upgrade. So you can upgrade for $19 a month. You can upgrade for this. So let's say you decide to pay the 199 per year. That means that's one payment per year. That payment is already integrated using Paystack, which I use. You can use Stripe, you can use PayPal, you can use whichever other payment method you can integrate. So the moment somebody enrolls here and pays whichever means, I live in Kenya, so there's M-Pesa, which people can use, but you can pay from anywhere with a card. Then when you put your card number, you can now be able to pay this. So if I click this, I will get this payment. It's all done, payment integrated, and the rest. So I want to just log out of this and go back to the dashboard. So you see, because they have completed only chapter 1, the overall progress is 4%. So that they have done 4% in this app. If they want to continue, chapter 1 is now showing completed, and the engagement is 100% based on the engagement there. So for them to go to the next chapter, that means they will have to they'll have to pay. So let me go out to the paid version of this, and you see what happens in the other chapters as well. Okay, so all the other chapters have the same thing. This one now, because they have paid their premium customer, they can be able to log in. And for the admin, you can be able to access the admin panel. You can manage users. Then the other thing is the AI coach. What does the AI coach have? They don't want to use my credit, but the moment somebody clicks on this, they will get a communication. This is our chatbot that is trained on this book. So you can imagine if you have your book and your chatbot is trained on this particular book, so you're able to answer questions on marriage, on anything. They can be able to communicate 24/7. What other feature do I need to show you in this app? So mainly chapter summaries are there. The AI coach is very important because it interacts. It can answer questions on the book 24/7. We also have all the chapters analyzed, so you cannot go to the next chapter before finishing the previous one, and that makes you finish the book. So you can this there's a research that shows that only less than 30% of book buyers go to the end of the book. Let me just ask you, if you're watching this video, although I know my target audience with this, the authors mostly could read to the end of the book, but how many people out there could read 100% of most of the books that they buy? How many? If I had time, I would show you my Kindle. I think I may fall a victim of the same in terms of completing the entire book. So if you have an app for your book, this will encourage them to finish the entire book and engage with the app daily. This is something that they can have, and they can fill in the exercises, they can answer the questions, they can listen to the summaries over and over again, the audio summaries. You can integrate a lot of other things. So whatever thing that you want to do with your app, you can let them even have your one-on-one coaching sessions. If you have, maybe you have some live trainings, you can also include in the app so that you have links, so that when you have new trainings, you can put in there. You can do a lot of things with an app for your book. So this is just showing one of them. So that is one of them. The other book is that we've done an app for is for the money marriage, and it has 25 chapters. This one, so it's had 25 financial chapters, AI-powered financial coaching, financial assessment quizzes, partnership progress tracking, biblical foundations, and expert concepts. So this is very similar to the previous app. So I don't want to go deep into it. So if you go to Amazon, for example, you get there's one other book. Actually, this is a book that I've read by Dan Martel. I bought it physically. So there was a lot of things, and I'm not paid. I'm not an affiliate for this book, but this is a book that you need to buy. If you're in business, if you're trying to run a business, if you're trying to, maybe whether full-time or part-time, if you are to create time and to only use your time in the valuable things that are important, then this is a book that you must buy. Buy back your time, get unstuck, reclaim your freedom, and build your empire by Dan Martel. So this is a book to buy. If you want to buy back your time, sometimes, before I read this book, there's one thing I never wanted to begin to understand. How do I choose what to pay someone for, and how do I do something based on my time? So when you read the book, you get all these teachings and all these explanations that are given, the tools that it talks about. But with the rise of AI, that's about 2 months ago, I decided to make an app for myself. This is not for the author. The author has a website for this book, and I think I'm trying to reach out to him. If you can reach reach out to him, let him know that we can build this for him. So this is for my personal consumption. I built the tools for this, and using AI, you can be able to come up with anything. When Grok was launching Grok 4, when Elon Musk was launching Grok 4, what he said is that the AI Grok 4 that is producing, that was coming up with, is able to think like like the the human PhDs. They are cleverer than the human PhDs in any field of study. And that means whatever we want to apply, if we properly prompt and use the right AI, we can come up with solutions. I want to give you an example from what I've built for myself to help me implement this buyback your time. So this is the buyback blueprint. So I just want to show you some of this that you can do. The pin line. So, this is practically applicable. Go and buy that book and read it. And when we agree with the author, you'll get this tool. Of course, we'll agree on how this can be done. So buy back your time. I was talking about, when do you decide that this is something that I should be able to delegate, the buyback rate? How do you get that number? It may be discussed. For example, in the book, it said it's income minus profit, minus salary, minus expenses. So whatever you get after you've paid everything and everyone, the net profit that you have, then you divide by 2,000, which is the number of hours probably in a year. Then you divide by 4, because before you give somebody, you pay somebody to do a service, you should be able to get at least 4 times in return. So that means whatever you earn in a whole year, divide by 2,000, divide by 4. That is the hourly buyback rate. So that means if I'm earning $200,000 in a year, it means my buyback rate is $24 per hour. That means whatever I can pay somebody less than $25 per hour to do for me, I shouldn't do that thing unless it's very critical to my business. So when that is being explained in the book, or somebody's talking about it, you cannot know. You have to, how do you even calculate this? So every time you go and do this, but if you have this app for the book, if this app was live, you just come here and you fill in your yearly income or the net profit, and then it just gives you your hourly rate. If it is $500,000 per year, then you calculate your hourly. It's $62. So that means if you can pay $62 or less for a service that's not critical, then you can be able to pay that person. So this is an app that is helping you to do this. Initially, I have a background of software engineering and software development. I know for you to build such kind of things that integrate all this, it takes thousands and thousands of dollars. Probably to come up with this, you need initially, without AI helping you, you could need to use like almost 100,000 to build this. CEO scorecard, that's also in the book. Go and buy that book and read it. It's a book to read. The perfect work week, you can enter the details here. Let me move this down. The 10-25 rule, time calculator. Calculate was if you have time value calculator, let's say you're paid $2.50 per dollar per hour. So this is what you can be able to, what you're worth. Then there's one which is called drip matrix. So how do you decide How do you decide on what to delegate? So let's say checking of emails and management. Then I add this task. Where do you want to put it? Right now, you have calculated all what's done here. If you want to delegate this, then you delete this out of your schedule. So when I click it there, it moves there. Email marketing. I want to add that. That one, maybe place it here. So you can add as many tasks as possible. So, when this is being talked about in writing, it becomes so explanatory. But these figures, it becomes very easy to implement now. Which one did I want to? Time assassins. What are some of the things that are wasting your time? Watching Netflix. So if you cannot engage with a book in this way. Yeah. Oh, watching Netflix. How many hours a day? Let me say how many minutes in a day? Let me say 60 minutes. So this will show you clearly what time you're wasting. Like now, if I'm doing this daily, that means I'm wasting 420 minutes per week. Okay, let me add something else. Watching TV. So you add the time waster and maybe 60 minutes per year, per day. So it's updating automatically. If you can check here, it's updating automatically. So you can be able to see the much time that you waste. When this is not cumulated, you may just be wasting a lot of time. And if you look at 840 minutes per week, what can you do with that? So this puts it very clearly. Time assassin, done. If you can be able to see this, we can talk, and this is something that you can give to your users. I know you have a tech background, but feel free to let me know if you can have this. I'm using it for myself. I'm not selling it because that would be infringing on copyright. So I bought the book, and now, yeah, if you've read the book, you will notice camcorder. I don't have an affiliate for this, so it's just a good book that I want to show you. So I'm showing you what you can do with an app for your book. So much more. And for each book, you can study it and see what you can do with an app for the book that implements this. And this has been fastened using AI. The reason why, and almost everybody can do it, but do I propose that everybody can do this? Well, I don't. You need to have some knowledge. But for starting, if there's nothing risky that you may lose, just do it and deploy it out there and have people implement. If you feel like you cannot build an app for your own book, then let me know. We can help you to do it. The reason why you need a professional to do it, I recently learned that of a case whereby somebody had lost 500 $500,000 on Bitcoin because they had installed an app in their development in Casa. I'm not making you to be afraid of Casa, but you at least need to do what you're installing. Make sure that whatever extension that you're installing the right extension. Somebody had come up with a fake installation, fake extension of Casa that when you install it in your computer, then it logs into your Bitcoin account and transfers Bitcoin accounts. So just one click like that, you install that in your computer. Later on, they realized that they had lost over $500,000 on their Bitcoin account. And that's why you need a professional to do this. You may be able, if there's nothing serious, it's nothing insecure that could come, But let's say you're logging into your bank account from your computer that you're using, then you need to be very careful what you install. Sometimes the hackers are getting more advanced and they are doing this and that. Despite the fact that these tools are helpful, but probably they need you to be very professional and be very careful with what you install. So the no-code apps are good, but you need somebody to counter check. Is there something that I've done wrong which could make my app vulnerable? Okay, so you have seen a little bit of what a book app can do for your book. So this was just a book on the shelf on Amazon and anywhere else, but you can turn it to an app that your users will use every day. Let me try another one. Another one here is the Blue Ocean Strategy. This one I bought on Amazon, and it's a book. It's a very important book. It shows you not how to go for the unsaturated market, how to create uncontested market space and make the competition irrelevant. So very good book by W. Chan Kim and Renee. So I also made an app for this for myself. I know they have an app for this book. They have an app for this book. You can check it out if you've read the book. You can check it out somewhere. But I customized one for myself, and you see, it also has the overview here. Let's say I want the chapters. I go to chapter 1. There's a summary, the tools. I've come up with the tools that is being talked about in that particular chapter. And then you can see what you need to fill here. Very detailed, very detailed. The worksheets for this book, you can come up with worksheets for this book. I'm giving you ideas if you're a non-fiction author, especially for this kind of thing. The case studies, it talks about the case studies here. So each and every chapter has an overview. It has some tools that is specific for that chapter. It has some worksheets specific for that chapter, which you feel. It has some case studies that is talking about, and this you can increase. So what can you do with an app? This is another example of what you can do with an app. What can an app do? Instead of writing all about humility, this is another app that we have built. And this is a humility assessment app for one of our clients. So you can do a test to test your humility. I will just click anything here. I'll just click anything here to show you just what can happen. I've gotten 43%. So that means in terms of humility, I'm at 43%. You can share this on Facebook. I'm just showing you what an app can do. What do you intend to pass to the world? What message do you want to pass to the world? And do you even know your authors? If you have an app that lets your book readers, they have an app companion for your book, then you can communicate to them. You can organize things for them. You can organize trainings for them. You can have an upgrade of your training. You can build a community on that. This is another example of an anger management. Yeah. So when you click on this, you'll get the results of your anger management. You see, I filled so many of these here so that, and then it gives you this kind of progress report, the scores, the average scores, and what you can do. A book cannot do this for sure. So that's why we need to turn our books into apps, and we'd have more engagement, we'd have more effect in many of this. If you're watching this live after it's gone live, please feel free to leave questions at the end of the chapter, and we'll be able to answer it. For my Zoom audience, I'll come to the questions later on. Okay. So these are some of the things that you could do. I've just given 4 examples of what you can do with the book app, and you have seen the extent you can go with an app for your book, and the practicality of this. Yeah, you can assign tasks and you can save this. AI has made this a little bit easy. If I would say 3 months ago, probably something like this would not be done easily. Would still need a lot of time, would still need a lot of resources, probably $100,000 be able to do this confidently with the programmers, depending on what you want to implement. But AI has made this easy. You could do this in a week or two. That's why uh, we came out with an offer uh, to help book authors, especially non-fiction authors, to build their books online. So if you go to my website, Kavanagh Digital Solutions, there's a book up here. Turn your book into a lead generating app. There's a video there. You can visit kavanagh.co.ke/book app. Then you get what we can do, how we can help you to turn your book into an app. So you can have a web app, you can have a book app. Just go there and find uh, what you can how we currently turn books into apps there, and decide whether you want your book to be turned into an app. So feel free to leave your question at the end of it. You can have our online help there. You can reach out to us. You can reach out to me on this video. And there's so much more that you can do with a book. Your book should not stay at the shelf. You should keep engaging those users. There's a reason why you wrote that book, especially if it's a nonfiction book. There's a reason why you wrote it. There's an influence you wanted to pass through to the entire generation. And the app will let the engagement go high, and you'll be able to engage with them to see what they may ever need for your next product. Is it coaching? Is it live training? Is it another book? What do your audience need? And sometimes this kind of feedback would let you know what your readers really want, and you can have a direct engagement in the app and the uptake. So thank you very much for watching this live. And the questions that you have, I will be able to go through each and every one of them one by one and be able to get back. Okay.